There we go. We're going. We're live. We're live.
We are
with this thing.
live with another episode of the Two Idiot Gamers podcast. How is everyone doing? How are you doing, AC?
I'm good. I mean, I'm a bit groggy because I just took a nap, so I'm like, ooh, I just woke up after a 20-minute nap, and now I'm like, I'm good. But I also woke up going, what year is it? What fucking day is it? Where the fuck am I? Oh wait, I'm at home. So what happens? When you fall asleep on a couch, man.
Dude, I get like that sometimes too. When I take a nap or I wake up and I'm like, oh god, what time is it? And then I look up at the ceiling because I have like a little bit of I have some what what's the word that goes over the windows? Not covers, drapes, blinds.
Curtains?
I have curtains. I have some curtains over the window in my room. But it's like you can see like a little bit of light peeking out, so I just look at the ceiling to see. Oh, there's light, so it's already like beginning to be morning, and oh, it's night. Oh, just go back to sleep. Just like those little things when I'm like waking up and I just immediately go back to sleep.
No, I get you. It happens, man.
So, what have you been up to this week?
Streaming, making TikToks, doing creative stuff, getting my creative juices flowing, getting a bunch of stuff going. Mostly short form stuff for now. I'm also working on the X2 edit. That's gonna come soon, hopefully. Next week I can get it out and it'll go. But it's gonna be absolute chaos. I'm warning you that edit's gonna be funny as hell. And helping you set up that Patreon, which we've now got going.
So we on the topic of Patreon, we do have a Patreon in the works. It's not fully set up yet.
Yeah, it's not out yet.
It's still like preview stages right now. But I can go ahead and give you guys a little insight on the membership tiers. Just to read them off. So we have $3 a month, $6 a month, and $12 a month so far.
I've been poofed out of existence, never fear.
You have?
Yeah, man, I'm currently a box. I'm a grey box. Guys, do you like the grey box? I look great, don't I?
Oh, you're back?
Oh, I'm back now. Nice.
Okay, that's weird. It happens. It happens sometimes.
It does happen, yes.
So what's gonna be included in the various tiers? The first one is the $3 a month one. General support, member shoutouts at the end of videos and podcasts like this one, and the ad-free, like full videos of us reacting to the movies and shows and stuff. So there's that one. Next one is the $6 a month. You get all the stuff that's in the other one, other tier. In addition, exclusive voting power towards movies and games that we both play.
Yep.
So that's gonna be like, oh, you want us to watch like a very bad movie? You can vote. You can do that. And if you want us to play like a really bad co-op game, yeah, you can do that too.
You can vote towards it. Get us going on some terrible co-op games. See if you can. You can also laugh at our absolute terrible gaming. And you can also make us play other games, such as fighters. You can make us fight against each other in badly done games. That I can't remember. I had one at the tip of my tongue, but it's gone now.
And the $12 a month one gets all the ones in the previous tiers, as well as live chat, live Q&As, live streams, and complete post archive.
Yep. All that good stuff. It's all going good.
As always, these are subject to change, and as we do more and more content, we can always just add to the tiers.
Yeah.
But for now, I feel like these are like good ones. If you want to give us a certain amount of money a month, then, or if you just want like the videos unedited, just go with the $3 a month. Or if you want specifically, hey, watch this horrible movie. I can't think of a really bad movie. Can you?
Son of Godzilla, Godzilla vs. Hedorah.
Okay, those are
Ghost
bad
Rider
movies.
2. Ghost Rider 2.
Oh yeah, Spirit of Vengeance. Watch us.
It's
Watch us.
awful.
Or tell us to watch the Ghost Rider movie where he pisses fire. Watch us. Tell us to watch that one, and we'll probably watch it. But yeah, it's not live yet. We're still working out stuff.
Yeah.
But once it is live, we'll be posting links everywhere. But yeah.
Yeah, they'll be in both our bios everywhere. They'll be going on really well. Give me 1 millisecond. I gotta let the dog out.
Yes.
Oh my God, Chewie!
Cool. Dog's out. Let's go.
All right. So another thing that I've been doing behind the scenes is I got in touch with the person who did my model and my background art of my streams.
Ooh.
They're gonna be making us a whole new podcast layout. It's just gonna be like a static image. It's not gonna be us like moving animated on screen. So it's gonna be easier to. At least on my end when I'm streaming it.
It'll all be in the background. It'll also probably end up in the background of all our videos whenever we review movies, because if any time it has to cut to us, that's going to be our background. Currently, the one that's there
that's a good idea.
The one we currently have is I'm ashamed to admit it, but it's a quick AI generated one, so no one can sue me for stealing their image, even though it's AI generated, so therefore it's stealing already. But it was all I could do. It was the best I could do to get something quick that no one can shout at us for using.
I'm gonna relay that to them right now, because they said they'd have it done by tomorrow. Let's see. I know it's last minute, but if you can get me a version without us.
Yeah, it's always a good idea. I mean, the version with us would we'd be like a specific layer, I suspect. So it's all good. It's all good. It's just how it goes, you know.
All right, sense. What else have you been up to? What have you been streaming this week?
So some Crash Bandicoot, some Yakuza, and like, you know,
What?
Apex Legends. Well, that's what I was streaming today. Fuck Apex Legends. That game is shit. I fucking hate it so much. And yet, I have been bullied into continuing. But I hate it so much.
Why do you hate it so much? Is it just because it's super hard?
No, it's not that it's hard. It's just, like, you never feel like you're going anywhere. It just kind of feels like an infinite loop of the sameness.
I don't know.
It feels very samey to me.
I've seen people play it before, and it seems like fun if you know what you're doing and everything. But I'm not really that. I'm not that good at like first-person shooter games, especially like multiplayer games.
I mean, I'm not good at them either, so that's part of the suffering of. I have to play a game I hate and I'm bad at. But we're getting there. I'm making progress. I'm getting better at it.
So you mentioned you've been playing more Yakuza, right?
Yeah, like a dragon.
Yeah. Did you hear that that they're bringing Yakuza to the Nintendo Switch?
I can see it. I mean, I don't know how it would run like Kiwami 1 and 2, the newer. Like I don't like the remakes, because those are pretty hardcore graphically. So I'm pretty sure those would destroy the Switch. But I can see if they did like a lower res port, it might work.
And the release date is the exact same date as they're releasing the Amazon show.
Huh. That makes
So
sense.
they're just releasing it in tandem, so you can play the game and watch the show, which is pretty good.
So it's the original game.
Yeah,
Game numero uno.
I'm really surprised that they're not starting with 0, but that surprise quickly goes away when I realize, oh, they're doing the Yakuza 1 version of the show and just
Yeah,
adapting it. So it
yeah,
makes total sense.
and like
It's like a
doing
site. It's like a companion piece.
yeah, yeah. But also doing the like the show version of Yakuza One is gonna be really wonky because they're gonna have to change something in the story for it to like just work, you know?
Yeah. On the topic of Yakuza, they announced there's going to be an RGG Summit September 20th. So I've seen people mention that they're going to be talking about like the next games in the like a Dragon and possibly maybe even the Judgment series.
Oh, that sounds kind of sick.
I'm hoping they make another Judgment because I really like the first and the second one. And since they got Hawaii, the map, like, it's like perfect for them to make a Judgment in Hawaii.
That's fair. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how they pull out. I mean, I still haven't finished like, I don't think I've played Judgment. I've only played the main numbered games, and I haven't finished Kiryu's story yet because I haven't played Gaiden yet, and I'm like, I think like halfway through, like a Dragon. It's pretty fun. It's very different stylistically, and I've been having a lot of fun with some of the more chaotic elements of it. Although some of the racing stuff just doesn't make sense to me. It's weird. It does its own thing.
Oh
It's just
yeah,
making shit up.
the Mario Kart mini game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I didn't really like all that much in that
No,
one.
I mean, like, I'm enjoying it because I love racing games. I don't like a lot of modern racing games because they like make it weirdly serious. So I've never gotten into like say the newer Need for Speed games, but I played the shit out of the originals like or the old ones from like 2000s. So I played like Need for Speed Carbon, Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original one
Yeah.
because they did make a remake, and the original one had like some interesting systems that made it really fun to play, and then the new one, like, I tried it, but it seems like it didn't quite go with the Most Wanted theme properly. It just did, like, it had weird ideas for how the racing worked, and it was just kind of dumb to me.
See,
There's also-
I think I played Need for Speed Most Wanted back when I was little. I can't remember exactly though. But I think I also played Burnout Paradise, maybe?
Yeah, I've also played Burnout Paradise. That
One
was
of the
pretty
Burnout
fun.
games.
And I also played a game called Split Second, which was kind of similar in terms of vibe. We could make things
Split
explode.
Second. Split Second racing game.
It was weirdly. It was a
Velocity?
Disney game. Yeah. You could like. It
Oh,
looks,
yeah.
It's such a pretty game that's so much fun.
Yeah, I never played that one, but it looks cool.
No,
Yeah.
it is. It's super cool.
As far as me, I had like a pretty big week. I played Black Myth Wukong. It's a really good game. I didn't like understand half of the stuff that was going on in the story, or any of the characters because I never read Journey to the West.
Oh, this you could catch up on it if you go. First off, Journey to the West is really fucking long. It's
Yeah.
I'd classify the original story with like as long as longer than like say One Piece, so it's fucking long. I would recommend though what you should do is go to Overly Sarcastic Productions and just watch the playlist they have on Journey to the West, because they have a playlist on it and it's fantastic. And
Yeah,
they
I've been
just
listening.
explore
I've
a
been
bunch of
listening to it
stories.
here and there at work. I got up to the part. Actually, wait. I'll just look it up on my phone. What was the name of them again? Overly Sarcastic.
Yeah.
Wow, 11 videos. I got up to part VII.
Huh.
Pigsy takes a bath, Sandy fights an alligator, Monkey helps Tripitaka cheat on a high-stakes game. as always, everyone forgets about the horse. Uh, I do like the little bit that I've seen. I love that they do like little drawings and stuff to represent
Yeah.
like the different characters.
Yeah, so it's slightly animated, and it just kind of it explains the story quite well. But I also think Black Myth Wukong isn't like a direct one-to-one adaptation because, as far as I know, the main character from Journey to the West isn't involved really. At least to my
So
knowledge.
in the beginning of Black Myth Wukong, you play as like Wukong, and he's fighting Erlang.
Sun
Um,
Wukong.
yeah, Sun Wukong.
The
You're
original
fighting
Goku.
Erlang, and I noticed that you don't have a health bar at the beginning of the game, which just lends credence to the fact that he's like super immortal like 8 times over. So there's
Yeah,
like no way
he's
there's
literally
like
unkillable.
there's no reason for him to have like a health bar at all. So it's just like a tutorial teaching you how to play the game against Erlang Shane. Then Sun Wukong's like, "Oh, fight me in the forest if you dare." Transforms into a bird, flies away. Erlang transforms into a bird too, follows him, and then Sun Wukong gets like a crown on his head and like falls down into the mountain, and Erlang just like stabs him, and apparently kills him. I think.
Well, I
Um,
mean, he's like one of those characters where he dies, but then will like get back up a few because he's banished from heaven and hell, so he's like not allowed to die. His
Yeah,
story is
I
super
saw
weird.
Death Battle did a video about Sun Wukong versus Hercules, and they went deep into like the Sun
Yeah.
Wukong's like stuff. Apparently, he like crossed out his name in the Book of Life and Death,
Yeah,
so he can't die. Like,
yeah. He
and
he
he also
basically rigged himself to be unable to die.
so
Just-
that's where it ends, like at the beginning, and then it starts with you playing as a different monkey. But everyone thinks you're Sun Wukong, and you're called like the Destined One. So my immediate thought was like, oh, he just got reincarnated as a different like black furred monkey. Um, and then
no.
you just go around trying to find like these 5 different pieces in order to
He's probably just
like five different pieces. Because there's like a big like egg like black stone thing on like the top of the mountain, and if you bring them back to there, maybe you bring back Wukong or something, I think. But I got done with chapter 1. I fought this dude that could turn into black smoke, and then he turned into like a bear. And then I was really surprised at the end of chapter 1 where it did like an animated video about this kid meeting this bear in the woods, and then he becomes like a priest.
that seems
a-
very Journey to the West.
and then it ends with like the temple getting burned down, and I'm like, I don't understand anything that's happening, like
It
at
seems
all.
about right.
But I got to
Honest.
chapter 2. Chapter 2 starts with this headless dude stringing along on like a guitar or something, or like some kind of Chinese instrument. He's singing. He's singing in Chinese. There's no
Yeah.
like dub. But as soon as he stops singing Chinese, he has like a thick Scottish accent.
That's hilarious.
And, I, and I'm like, what? Why is he Scottish? He was like singing in Chinese, like no dub, not like a translation or anything, like exactly like Chinese, like a Chinese song, basically. And he just goes
It's
to
probably-
speaking in English and having like a thick Scottish Irish accent. It's like so jarring.
They probably had something where like the Chinese songs couldn't be translated or something.
Yeah.
Or it's also possible that they couldn't be like there's like no good way to translate it just because of how the language works. Or yeah, there's so many reasons why.
It does have an English dub, which is nice. So I'm on chapter 2. I'm like fighting rats in this like desert area. I fought. I played a little bit of it off stream, not enough to like do story stuff, but I did like fight like a rat boss, It's like the typical. There's like a small rat and like a huge rat. The small rat like hides and throws stuff at you, and you have to like focus on like the big rat, or like you can choose to kill either one of them. And I saw on TikTok that if you kill one or the other, like the fight changes. So
Huh.
like if you kill like the dad rat, which is a small rat, the big rat gets like stronger and gets more angrier. But I killed like the big rat, and then the little small rat, just like runs away, goes to like a cliff, bites his arm, gets summons like a huge fucking like tank rat, um, and tells him, "Son, your brother is dead. You have to kill this monkey." And the tank rat just eats the dad, and you have to go fight the little huge tank rat.
That's huh. That's also the weird shit that you would expect from modern games. I don't understand their obsession with like just being super weird for some reason, but like a lot of them have weird shit happening like that. It's almost anime-esque, but not quite. It's very
What in like Journey to the West?
yeah. Like you have a lot of things being eaten and then transforming into other things, and then
Yeah.
just doing some weird shit. It's hilarious. I still haven't like even watched people play that yet. I know nothing of it. I wanted to play
So
it, and then it was like 800. It was like $800 in South Africa, and I'm like, I
no.
don't. I'm gonna use my money to buy food.
So it people keep saying that it's a Dark Souls game.
Souls like.
It is like there's you can dodge and you have to time your dodges like perfectly and stuff. Um, but I would say it's like a mix between Dark Souls and like Metal Gear Rising.
I'd say
If you
I don't know if I don't know if it counts as a Dark Soul or a Souls like. Given you don't. Do you have a thing where you can like lose XP if you die?
No, but you do have like an equivalent of a flask that refills every time you rest at at a shrine, and every time you rest at a shrine, the enemies respawn.
Okay.
Every time you kill an enemy, you gain XP that you use to level up. Like, oh, you want to get like you want to learn a different stat style for your staff, or you want to upgrade your health, or you find that your running drains too much stamina. Oh, just upgrade this. It's like a
No, I
talent
get
tree
you.
type thing,
Uh,
like in Jedi Survivor.
okay, that makes sense.
Um, but it is really fun. Some of the bosses are like really really crazy. There's this one serpent boss that's like he starts off looking like a regular dude, but he has like a pale complexion, and he has like he obviously looks like a serpent dude. But once you get him into phase 2, he like turns into like a lamia, which is just like half body up is like human, and like body down is just like a snake.
Yeah,
Um,
I get you.
what else? I have seen like some TikToks, like you eventually meet like the pig that has like the rake,
Yeah, okay.
which is like the character from the original series. Um,
The character from
but
Journey to
outs
the West, yeah.
but outside that, it's really hard for me to understand anything that's going on.
I
Um,
mean, I can see
since I'm not like
kind
as
of.
familiar to the Journey to the West. Um, I also rewatched Aliens. I was in a bit of an alien kick after I saw Alien Romulus. So I was like, I really want to rewatch Aliens. So I just
So you
did.
didn't So you
Um,
didn't rewatch Alien. You just watched the second one.
yeah, I just watched the second one.
Wow.
Um, Aliens still holds up today. It's crazy how well it holds up. Practical effects, like the models, all that shit. It is really cool. And after watching Romulus, it really makes me appreciate that they use so many practical effects with the movie, uh, Alien Romulus, because back
Yeah.
then CGI was like so expensive to use, so people just ended up using practical effects because it was cheaper.
Yeah,
But
no,
now
it's kind
it's
of the
like
other way around.
now it's like the complete opposite. It's like cheaper to use CGI than to like build like a whole like model.
Although the only reason it's cheaper to do CGI than models, they chronically underpay the CG artists.
Yeah.
Which is also why
That's
a lot of stuff just looks really scuffed because they rush the CG artists and then like underpay them, and it's like, these guys don't give a shit at this point. You're not giving them enough time to do their like thing properly.
Yeah, dude, like imagine if they made Five Nights at Freddy's like the first one where they where like the Five Nights at Freddy's the most recent one, they built like actual like animatronic robots, and I think they got like the Jim Henson people to make them.
I think they got the Chuck E. Cheese people to make them. If I'm honest, given that that's kind of the thing that they were. What's the word?
I'm almost
original?
like certain that they got the Jim Henson people for Five Nights at Freddy's.
You should just quickly.
Oh yeah, they did. The Jim Henson's Creature Shop.
Oh, okay. So they're just Muppets then.
Well, I mean, they're animatronics. They move around and stuff.
It doesn't stop them being Muppets. If they're made by Jim Henson, they're Muppets.
Yeah. They're Muppets. Yeah, sure, they're Muppets. But like I was saying, like imagine them making like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie back then. They'd be like forced to basically make animatronics. I don't think it would look as good as they do now. But like say they made it like in this current day, they would have just like CGI'd the animatronics if it was like reversed.
True. Probably, yeah.
One thing I really liked about Aliens was how the Colonial Marines interacted with each other. They're like really like buddy buddy, and it was like the dialogue was really like natural and stuff. It was really funny seeing like how many Colonial Marines there were in like the squad, and like seeing mostly all of them fucking die in the beginning of the movie.
That sounds about right. The Marines have always been shown to be kind of worthless anyway in those movies.
Yeah.
They just kind of die. It's usually just the big corporation screwing everyone though.
And I really like Newt. Newt was really cool. She was there. She screamed, and she was like really really cute and stuff. And it really sucks because I remember in the beginning of Alien 3,
she's just dead.
She dies.
She's like, it's not even she dies. It's she's just dead. They don't even like show her dying. They just, from what I remember, they just tell you she's dead. She's basically off screen to death.
Apparently, in Alien 3, there's like a fire in like the ship, in like the ship that they escape on in Aliens, and Newt dies, and like the last remaining Colonial Marine dude dies too. But Bishop doesn't die. He just like gets dumped on the prison planet in like the scrap heap. And like Bishop's like basically tells Ripley to kill him because he wouldn't be top of the line anymore. I'm just reading what I remember off the wiki. But yeah, that was really fucking crazy. They just killed Newt like at the beginning of the movie because they basically didn't want to write for a kid anymore.
They could have also just like aged her up and kept her around. It's like, no, she's dead. It's just so fucking lazy. Well, there were so many better ways to deal with it, and they just like, let's find the laziest possible way to deal with this.
What I remember from Alien 3 though was it takes place on the prison planet, right?
No, I think so. I don't think so.
Because I know Alien.
I think the prison. I thought the prison one
Alien
was
Resurrection.
Alien 4.
They clone Ripley because she dies.
No. You're right. You're right. Alien 3 is the one with the prison planet, and Ripley dies at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still so fucking crazy. I don't think Newt would have really fit well in that direction that they were going with the prison planet stuff.
They could. I mean, I think they still made a dumb choice. And like it would have been
they definitely could have handled her character like instead of like killing her and then the other Marine off screen.
Yeah. They're
They
definitely
could have
much
just
better ways to deal with
they
it.
easily could have just explained it away like, oh, you got saved. Um, the guy was a colonial marine. He woke up. He took Newt somewhere, but you fucked up by killing the corporate dude from the second movie. So you got to be in this prison, stuff like that.
Yeah. But there's also
Um,
other ways where they could have just not done a prison planet and done something more,
yeah, I've
different,
seen
just to like not just laze out of using Newt or like
I've
just
seen
killing Newt off screen.
I've seen other people talk about Alien 3 and how it was supposed to have like a different direction going, uh, like like story wise. Um, and then they just changed it to the prison planet.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking this up right now. William Gibson's original script for Alien 3. Let's see. It's not really talking about. Oh, it's a Cold War setting, arms race based on biological weapon, and two opposing sides coming together to combat the xenomorphs. And it has Hicks and Bishop as well. Huh. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, you see? They tend to go with things that are slightly easier to do.
Oh, also, I saw on Twitter, Sigourney Weaver is up to return as Ripley in the Alien franchise.
Huh. That would just be like, Aliens 3 and 4 didn't fucking happen because this shit's happening and it's better. So much better.
Does Ripley come back after Resurrection? I can't remember.
No, she dies again. I don't think she's. The like next time she appeared in the Alien franchise was for. She had like there was a DLC and a cameo in Alien Isolation.
Oh, yeah. But that was the Nostromo stuff.
Well, kind of. She said, yeah. So it's because remember you play as her daughter in Isolation.
Yeah.
So you kind of hear her last, like she has a cameo where she kind of just says she talks to her daughter and then like just before she vanishes and then like I can't remember what the other. Then you like play as her in the one DLC and it's like just after the Nostromo.
Let's see. The DLC was called Crew Expendable.
Yep.
Set on board the spaceship Nostromo, the crew have gathered in the mess hall to work out a plan to get rid of a ferocious alien creature that is lurking on board the ship. Playing as either Ripley, Parker, or Dallas, you have to avoid the alien and find a way to lure it towards the airlock. Oh, that's just based on the first movie.
Oh.
It's literally just the first movie.
Except the thing is
Okay.
way more vicious than the fucking movie one.
Let me see. Alien Resurrection. Honestly, I would really love to see Ripley come back. She's such a integral part of the movies.
That's true. She really
Okay,
is.
so there was Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, Covenant. That's it. And then Romulus. Huh. I could have sworn that there were more. Let's see, there's... Oh, if you don't count the Alien vs. Predator films.
Yeah. The Alien vs Predator films are wonky, to say the least.
I like the first one, but I just hate the second one, because I can't fucking see anything. It's
I mean,
fucking dumb.
fair. It's just really dark for some reason.
Honestly, when we do eventually watch Alien vs. Predator for like the channel, we should do Requiem, but just hide it on the Patreon.
No, that's true. We'll just make everything really, really bright so you can actually see what's going on. And if they copyright claim it, it was bright, man. Your movie, you can't see shit.
Yeah. There has to be like some version of the movie out there that fans got or like tinkered with to make it more bright.
Probably.
Um, Another thing I've been playing, I played a bit. I've been playing Sly Cooper, which is what I was playing earlier, until AC woke up from his 10-minute power nap.
Yeah.
I also played it the day before yesterday. So it's on PlayStation 5, and it has a really cool feature called rewinding, where I think every 5 minutes it takes like it does like a save state of the game. So like say you fall off a cliff and you die, you can just hit the touchpad, go back to when you were not falling off the cliff and just start from there, completely eliminating the need of loading and checkpoints and having to worry about dying because you don't have lives. It's really, really nice.
That's
I played it when I was little. I did not remember all like the really bad mini games. So there's two mini games that I had trouble with. There's one in the stage with the dog, the dog boss, where it's like a racing mini game where you have to race against like these other cars. You have to get first place in order to get like the key in order to open up like the boss fight area. I think I tried that mini game like maybe like 6-7 times. It was fucking rough. It starts you at the end. Like say you're like playing Mario Kart, the positions on like the starting are random. So like it always starts me at the end, and I have to work my way up to first place. All the other cars are like going like normal speed, but they're so erratic. They can go like left, right. They can get there's like nitro can pickups that lets you like do little short boosts. They can pick those up, but they can't use them. Thankfully, they just like take them away from you. It was really really rough. Another one was in like the gator section, the Voodoo Gator, where they put you on like a scooter, and you have to light these skulls on you gotta light these skulls on fire to open up the exit. And the only way you can get oil is getting them from the piranhas that are in the water. But the thing is, the piranhas swim so fucking fast away from you, and it's a time limit. So you have like a minute 30 seconds to light all 25 banisters. And every time you try to get more oil, because you can only hold like 5 charges at a time, you do five charges, you got to go back to the piranhas. But they're like, as soon as you get close to one, they swim like fucking faster than the Flash. They swim so fast. The only way to actually even get them is to like group them up to each other and just like run over them.
That sounds kind of annoying though, to have to deal with constantly.
Yes, it's so annoying. There was another one where you have to like kill these chickens in order for someone to make like chicken stew or something. You had to kill like I think 30 chickens, and every so often 2 roosters come out that have bombs. They're like straight targeting you, and if you get killed, you got to start it all the way over again.
That sounds infuriating, dude. I hate games
and
like
I don't know.
Like that.
I don't know about the chicken AI, but they can go one way and then they go like they literally. I don't know how to explain it. It's so they have such an erratic pattern. It was so annoying. I got so angry at those mini games, man. I was so angry.
Just driving you completely insane.
Yes, it was driving me crazy. I didn't think that playing Sly Cooper I'd get mad at like these stupid fucking dinky mini games.
The funniest part is I was playing Crash Bandicoot. I was having the time of my fucking life. I was having so much fun. Everyone's like, Insane Trilogy, it's so fucking hard. You'll never be... And I started playing like, this is so much fun. I fucking love this. What the hell are you guys complaining about this for? I mean, the bridge levels suck. the bridge levels are genuinely just ass, and
Hmm.
I can't bring myself to enjoy doing a bridge level. But the rest of it, I'm like, yeah, this is fun. This is fine. I don't understand what
Yeah.
everyone's complaining about so much.
One thing that kind of annoyed me was every level that you're in. There's like these secret like bottles that have codes that you have to collect all of them to get like the to open up the safe at the end of the level. And if you do that, there's always like a new ability you can get. Be it
Yeah.
like, oh, you can Sly Cooper can put his cap down, and it's basically like a bomb that if someone steps on it and you activate it, it just blows up, which is like this fucking dumbest ability because it's so slow. To oh, you can do like this dash that twirls your cane in forward and it kills enemies, which is kind of cool.
That
Or
sounds cool.
like oh, when you're jumping, you can slow down time, which is basically useless because there's not that much maneuverability in the air when you're doing it. To oh, if you have like a if you have a lucky horseshoe on you and you fall in the water, you don't lose it. You just like get teleported back up to your to the place where you jumped off, which is really nice, and it's funny because um, it's basically called water. It when you get it, it's called water safety,
Yeah.
and that's like the most useful one I found so far. Um, Also, Carmelita Fox was in it, and she's super fucking hot, obviously.
Obviously, you'd bring that
Um,
up.
yes, obviously. I mean, Gemma and Zot were watching me play it, and every time Carmelita came on, they were both barked at her.
I
So I
mean,
wasn't the only. I
you're
wasn't.
just sitting there. You're just sitting there thirsting over furries, man. What the hell?
Yes, come
Are you a
on.
closet furry? Yeah, and we've got a furry, man. I didn't even know he was a fucking furry. What the shit?
I'm not a closet furry.
Ah,
I fuck with furries. Why not?
you heard it here first, chat. You heard it here first, folks.
Yes, I am a furry. Clip it and ship it. All right. Um,
We have the clips. Oh, so furry form reveal when?
I mean, technically already. Oh, actually, no. The furry form would be a dachshund, honestly.
You get smaller.
No, I'd just get longer. It'd probably be like your typical anthro, just like a longer midsection. It's not that difficult. Another game I was playing was Deadlock, which is really fun actually. I was playing with it with friend Slip against bots because apparently at this time of the day they don't do PvP stuff right now. It's only up for certain amount of times during the day or certain times like a window of time. Um, I played it. It's if you guys don't know, Deadlock just released publicly. Um, it's basically a MOBA hero shooter. Third
Huh.
person, not first person, like Battleborn. If you guys played Battleborn when that came out, like I did. Um, Basically, it's like League of Legends, where you have like these little minions that attack like the various like bosses on like the lanes. You also have like the heroes that come in and like kill like the bots and stuff, or like the little minions, um, which is it's really fun. I've been playing this character named McGinnis. So you can throw down a turret, a healing field, and pull up like a Maywa, which is really fun. Um, have you played anything of Deadlock?
Nope. Haven't even heard of that before now, if I'm honest.
Really?
Yep.
You haven't heard of Deadlock?
Nope. I
It's
don't
funny
remember
because I went to send you an invite to it, and you already had it. You were already invited to it.
Deadlock.
Yeah.
Huh. I think you sent me an invite to it before and I just didn't register it.
Oh, okay. It's fun.
So,
We should play it. We should play
yeah, I might try it.
it. It is. It is. Have you played Smite or like League of Legends?
No, I played Dota 2 though, back in the day.
So it's basically kind of like that. You have like a shop. Every time you kill an enemy, you get like souls, which is like your currency that you can use to get items.
Yeah.
And those items give you like, say you reload, it gives you like a Gears of War like reload minigame. If you get it right, you instantly reload. Or you get more lifesteal, or you get more increased headshot damage, or what's another one? Or you can you get like an item you can throw on the ground that heals you over time, stuff like that. It's really actually really fun. I've just been playing it against bots with Slip. Um,
Oh, okay.
but we've been stomping,
mean,
obviously, because it's bots.
The moment you
but
switch from bots, you just get absolutely stomped.
I am really looking forward to seeing how it is against actual players, though.
I mean, that happens, man. Like, every time you switch bots and players, you're just going to be like, oh, I can't play this game. What the fuck? I had that with Battlefront 2. When I used to play Battlefront 2 all the time. I thought it was good. I'd play against bots. I thought I was okay at it. And then when I play against players and I just fucking got nowhere, died a lot, and got turned to like dust every time I'd step out into the battlefield. I'm like, what the hell?
When
skill
you're
difference is insane.
when you're playing Battlefront 2 like right now, are you
Yeah.
playing against bots or actual like people?
It depends on the mode, because some of the modes are on, at least on the servers I play on, are basically dead. So like the big battle royale or the big like battles where it's like lots of
Hoth?
people, yeah, like on Hoth and stuff. Those are kind of dead. So you don't get to do the supremacy or galactic assault, because those are just, there's not enough players to like fill a lobby. So you end up playing co-op, which is basically like 4 players versus hordes of bots, which is fun.
Okay.
But like, it's not as cool as like playing the yeah, it's still not as fun. And then you can find some modes where there's other players, like the heroes versus modes. Except those are rife with just fucking hackers. Every time I've played it, there's been at least one person who's just straight up hacking. Like, we watched a guy just swap, like, which unit he was playing mid-game. Like, just, wee, let's swap. And, like, you would go and shoot him when he was just completely AFK and he would take no damage. You just stand there and then kill you when he got back to the keyboard.
Oh, that's dumb.
So
Why-
I'm like,
why would
what's the
there-
point?
That really sucks that there's like cheaters in that game.
And it's also it's such a weird game to cheat on. I'm like, what? It's not even competitive. Why do you care?
I know. It's not like there's like, is there like a ranked mode in that game?
No. It's basically just a game you're supposed to play for fun, but I suppose there's griefers everywhere who just cause problems for no reason.
Yeah, that's annoying. I kind of do wish that Battlefront 2 was still like an active game.
Yeah. I wish they'd made it at least crossplay, because then maybe I'd be able to play the other modes.
Yeah,
I've
that'd
seen,
be
like,
yeah,
on
that'd be more
PlayStation and stuff,
interesting.
it's still pretty alive.
You ready to be sad?
Yeah, sure.
You ready to cry?
Yeah, let's see.
So, Crash Bandicoot 5 was reportedly in development as a Spiral crossover, but was cancelled.
Oh, that is sad. They would have been that would have been such a sick game. Like, just it also would have just been straight up fun. I don't understand people like just canceling stuff that's just fun. They're like, no.
So, the hook behind
Let's cancel
Crash...
that and play another. Sorry, I just want to be like that kind of thing. What usually happens is they just kind of like, cool, we're gonna put out this new creative game that's of a style that no one else is doing right now, and then the higher ups like, nah, we want another FPS. You know what? You know what will do well is if we make another Souls-like game.
Yeah.
Like, all the recent games that have come out have basically had the same style of gameplay, which is just like a Souls-like style game.
Yeah.
But without like some of the like creativity and interesting shit that the like actual Souls games did. They all feel lighter. It's not even the difficulty. Like the original Souls games had like a very unique vibe to them, where even though they were hard, the world was engaging enough that you just wanted to keep playing, even though it was really fucking hard.
Do you have any that come to mind when you say that? That recently? Because recently, I mean, there was Black Myth Wukong, and that one's really good.
There's Black Myth Wukong, but like they're still, I don't know, a bunch of them just come. They're the ones I'm talking about. Usually the ones that you would never have heard of because they were trying.
I
to
mean,
Liza
Liza P came out a while, like a couple months ago, I think.
Yeah, but who's like still talking about that stuff?
I mean, it's a really good game. It did really well.
But like, it also just vanished from the discussion as soon as something new came out. Like, think of it like this: where you want your game to, especially like single player games like that. You want them to be like memorable enough that people can at least go back to your game and talk about it for a long time, because then it gets like say there's a new generation, they'll hear about it and go play it, which you will definitely have with the original Souls games, because like, dude, we're even talking about Dark Souls 1 and it's been out, it's like 15 years old. I don't know, it's old. I think it's 15 years old. Wait, when did the first Dark Souls come out?
Alright, so Liza P received favorable critical reception, praise directed as visual, sound design, and performance.
Okay.
Sold 1 million units by October 2023. Was nominated for several year-end accolades, including Game Awards and Golden Joystick Awards. Appeared on numerous lists at the top 10 games of 2023. And they're currently developing downloadable content and a sequel.
No, that's fair, but like, again, it's one of those games that seems to have also just kind of vanished from like people talking about it, because Dark Souls 1, right?
It did come out last year, so
that's true. But like Dark Souls 1 came out in 2011, and people still talk about Dark Souls all the time. Like,
well, that's a whole different thing, because Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 and 3 are basically started the Souls-like genre.
That's true, but like that speaks to itself, the fact that they're good enough that they started a whole genre on their own.
And you can't really hold Liza P to the whole same standard. It's just one game.
No, it's true. You can't hold them to like they spawned a whole genre type game, but it should also be something where like more people talk about it than just like some two dudes on a random podcast. And then like, I haven't heard about Liza. Actually, to be fair, I didn't even know about Liza P until you just mentioned it. I haven't thought about that game or even contemplated playing it. But like Elden Ring's still a big thing, and that came out in what, 2022?
Well, the DLC just came out.
Yeah, but like, before the DLC came out, right? People were still talking about it quite a lot. Elden Ring was still a game that a lot of people played, and like it was still quite a big thing on Twitch. People played it. People like talked about beating it with like in weird ways. With like I saw a dude who beat it with like a saxophone or something.
It's like the difference between Liza P and Elden Ring is like a open world game with endless amounts of replayability. I don't think Liza P has that. Because I haven't played Liza P. I haven't beaten it. I think I bought it, but I just didn't really get into it all that much. Because the gameplay didn't really stick me as much as I was hoping it would. Because I was going in thinking it was like going to be like a successor for like Bloodborne, and all the stuff that I really like from Bloodborne wasn't really in all that much, as like opposed to weapon transformations, like the setting and stuff. But it still looked good, and a lot of people praised it. I'm not gonna say like it was shit. I wouldn't really have like an opinion because I didn't really play a lot of it. But going back to Elden Ring and Liza P, you can't really compare them. They're not really on the same level. Elden Ring has like so much replayability.
Yeah, but then shouldn't your single player game that you're trying to put out also have that much replayability to get like new players in, or even get old players to go play it again, as opposed to once done, never think about it ever again. Then it's just a rental game that no one really cares about. Like
I wouldn't be that harsh on it.
You gotta be. I mean, sure, but you just yourself said you haven't like finished it or gone back to it since.
Oh yeah, but I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, it's. I'm not gonna think about it. Occasionally, I think about it, but like when it comes talking about like Souls-like games, like I still really enjoy Bloodborne, but this Bloodborne is not like an Elden Ring. Like, oh, you can start it again and like play the entirety of the game as a caveman or do like challenge runs on it, mainly because it's stuck on PlayStation and not really coming to current stuff right now.
Yeah,
it just doesn't have like it doesn't have the same kind of replayability as like Elden Ring has. The best you can do is just like play it and on like New Game Plus Plus Plus, only playing, only using blood tinged weapons or only using, I don't know, Molotov cocktails or stuff like that.
I mean,
not like when it comes to Elden Ring when there's like so many weapons, armor sets, different abilities, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I get you, I guess, but like I still feel like it should be like that, and even stuff like Monster Hunter you can go back to, and it's that. Sure, it hasn't spawned its own genre, and it's not got the biggest conversation around it, but it's still like it's still there.
Wait, did you say that Monster Hunter what?
No, I'm saying stuff like Monster Hunter's got more replayability, according to you, than what you've described, right? Because I know a bunch of my buddies go back and play Monster Hunter all the time and try different like playthroughs and different styles of weapons. Personally, though, that's a game I kind of bounced off of, and it never like gripped me particularly.
Yeah, it's also just like a different genre of game.
No, I get you, but like having it's just kind of speaking of that's kind of off to the side and doesn't get that much attention. I feel like it should get more attention than what it does, because a lot of games feel roughly the same. Like that's part of why I've been enjoying playing Crash Bandicoot. It feels nothing like, say, playing a Yakuza game or like Jedi Survivor. It's like its own complete thing that has nothing to do with anything else and feels like a unique game. It's the same with like when I play Tony Hawk. I'm like, a sports game that's actually kind of fun and unique in its own and completely unique from like, say, FIFA or any of your NFL games.
So is it just because Crash Bandicoot doesn't have like an overarching story? And
it does. It does have an overarching story that goes through all the games. There is like an actual narrative story that goes through all the games. It's just it's a bit more silly than like, say, Elden Ring.
So what would differentiate Crash Bandicoot than Yakuza, say? Because you said that
it's entirely it's like the play style as well, because it's like the sense of humor plus in say you play any of the Yakuza. So I know Like a Dragon's more like a JRPG, like a more classic JRPG, and then like the original ones are kind of like brawlers, right? Crash Bandicoot's completely different thing where the character designs are very unique to it. They're not going for like more human realistic graphics or looks. They've got a design that's a bit more timeless. So even if the like modern version of the game just sort of stopped as it is, it would still look good in say like 20 years because of the style of it. And then something like Elden Ring, you'd start seeing a lot more of the cracks in like the graphics and stuff because of the style they went for. And I don't know. I just think we need more games that are kind of like Crash Bandicoot and doing silly shit as opposed and have more unique creative designs and like not so much all just trying to be hyper realistic.
So like more cartoony designs than more hyper realistic.
Yeah, just something that's like more fun than just onslaught of stuff. That's also why like Hi-Fi Rush was so fucking cool.
Oh yeah. The art style was really, really, really fun. And the gameplay was cool too.
Yeah.
All right, so you heard it here first. AC hates Elden Ring and thinks it's the worst game ever.
You heard it here first. Chris likes making shit the fuck up because he's basically just the villain from fucking Metal Gear Revengeance. Chris's source for my hatred of these things, he made it the fuck up.
Yes, I'm President Armstrong. It's funny. That's not even the. You're going off a different, like a made up interpretation of Armstrong when he's not even like that in the game.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the internet. Who's going to know the difference? You're going to look up the clip, and what's he going to say? I made it the fuck up.
All right, so
That's
going
just the
back
internet,
to Crash Bandicoot 5, reading from this article, the hook behind Crash Bandicoot 5, aside from Crash Twinsanity's Academy of Evil, made a comeback as the main setting involved the return of Uka Uka, who previously appeared in Crash Bandicoot Warped and was in Crash Bandicoot 4's Secret Ending. Uka Uka would have gained access to an interdimensional portal in which he would travel to Spyro's universe, use his magic on the Dragon Elders, and send the world into chaos while also threatening Crash's home. Crash Bandicoot 5 was considered to be slightly darker compared to the previous title in terms of both visuals and storytelling, with a stronger focus on the series' lore. What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty cool. But like, I think it's a cool idea. I'm kind of sad that they just scrapped it.
I saw on Twitter they were showing some like scrap designs. They were going to introduce like what's the guys with the dude with the N on his head, Nefarious?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I'm pretty sure it's Nefarious.
They were showing like concept art of his family. They were showing like his dad, his mom, and like he had like a sister, I think.
Hmm.
If only I could fucking find it. Google is like so not helpful sometimes. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot 5 was in development, but it was canceled unfortunately.
Sad.
It would have been really cool to see like Crash and Spyro team up. It probably would have been like the same thing as like Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank teaming up for like a game.
Yeah. It would have been fun though to see them crash for like Crash Bandicoot to team up with anyone else.
Yeah, if only. Another thing got announced. This isn't like game news, but it's like more like internet YouTube news. On previous episodes of the podcast, I mentioned how much I really liked Angel Hair, which is like an analog horror-ish type thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
They just announced that season 3 is currently getting made, and it's going to be out by September. I'm really excited for that. I love the series so much that I ended up getting like ended up getting some merch. They recently on Makeshift they announced that they were gonna do a plush of one of the characters, Francis. He's like a badger. I immediately snatched that up. I was like, okay, I love this series so much. I want to send some money towards these people, and I want to get that plush.
No, fair enough.
And I already have like 4 other plushes that I got from Makeshift. I'm looking at them right now. I got a funky one, a trimming. A funky is like a YouTuber that used to do TF2 stuff.
Yeah.
That I grew up watching. Trimming is from the analog horror series Vita Carnis. I got a Mr. Manicore, which he created the Monument Mythos, if you ever heard of that. And I got a dinosaur plushie from Paleopines that I haven't played like at all outside of the demo.
Okay.
I got the plush, but I'm like, nah, I don't want to play the game.
Well,
Which is still kind of a little bit funny. Let's see what the next thing is. Oh, since we were talking about Dark Souls and Bloodborne and stuff, rumor a new Bloodborne title is in development. Might be false. Let's go ahead and load this up and see. I can read from it. I hope this is true, but it's like that Hawkeye. It's like the Hawkeye gift. Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope.
I get you. I get you.
A new Bloodborne project is reported in development at Sony Interactive Entertainment. Unclear as to whether it is a remake, remaster, or sequel. The source previously stated that a Bloodborne movie was in the works at PlayStation Productions. Lorenzo di Bonaventura and Darren LeMake, who worked on Goosebumps and Shazam, are supposedly working on the movie. Oh, that'd be so good. I haven't seen the Goosebumps movie, but I have seen Shazam, the first one. I thought the first movie was really good, but dude, if they made a fucking Bloodborne movie, that would sell so much. That's like a
Only
license to fucking print money.
Yeah, you'd think that, except the problem is I'm afraid they're just gonna make it generic as fuck because have you seen what they did with like Borderlands? Like Borderlands should have been that, man. Borderlands should have been like a license to print money. You should have made fuck tons of money off of it because it's a giant franchise. Like people love the games, they love that shit. The movie was dog shit, so I'm actually not that excited. I'm just like sitting here like they're gonna fuck it up, aren't they? Again. Because Bloodborne's one of those things where, like, if you're gonna make a movie out of it, you gotta fucking commit.
Yeah, you gotta lean heavily into the aesthetic, into the gothic horror vibes.
You gotta go into the Lovecraftian horror shit of it and not be a pussy about that. You have to do it, otherwise it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
So, it has to be a horror movie. Like, it's not gonna be some nice movie for, like, kids or...
Yeah, obviously.
It has to be like a proper horror movie, and they tend to treat
it has to be rated R
movies,
too.
Yeah, but they tend to treat video game movies as if they're for kids.
Yeah.
So, like the ones that do well are stuff like Sonic, Detective Pikachu. Those movies did well, and most people agree that they were pretty good. But like, again, targeted at kids. So
and as always, take it with a grain of salt. I'm hoping that it's true because anything Bloodborne related in this day and age would be fucking amazing, super amazing. I hope I am praying to whatever god that there is that it comes true. So there's the Nintendo Direct that happened. The only thing of note that I really liked was the Yakuza coming out on Switch, and then Capcom announcing Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which I'll go ahead and skim through the trailer to talk about like the games that are coming in on that one. Let's see. Yeah, whatever. I'll just go Capcom Fighting Collection 2. I know Power Stone 1 and 2 are going to be in it, as well as some SNK games. Let's see. Games list. Okay. So they're adding what the games are going to be. Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro. Capcom vs. SNK 2 Mark of the Millennium 2001. Capcom Fighting Evolution, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, Power Stone 1 and 2, Project Justice, and Plasma Sword. I don't know if you've ever played any of those games, AC.
Nope, never heard of a single one of them.
But, God, seeing this...
I never played any Capcom games as a kid. So, like, I really wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's true. You told me that before.
Yep.
But just like seeing this get announced and like being part of a major presentation just gives me even more hope that they're gonna make a Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
I mean, that would be cool if they did.
Yes, it would be so fucking cool, dude. It's honestly, with how much I love Marvel vs. Capcom, seeing a new one would get me just as hype as if they made like Bloodborne 2 or like made if they brought Bloodborne to like modern devices like PC and consoles and stuff. That's how much I love the series. And as you guys know, Bloodborne is like one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah. I've never played Bloodborne either.
Yeah, because it's stuck on PlayStation 4.
I don't understand why.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Um,
Like all the other Souls games got like re-releases for everything.
yes, exactly. But not Bloodborne. I'm guessing because it has to do with rights because it was like with Japan studios and stuff like that. So hopefully it comes to current stuff. But going back to the topic we were talking about before, when we were talking about aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, did you see that Aliens versus Avengers just got released?
Oh,
The
the
comic?
comic. Yeah, I haven't read it yet though.
So Miles gets face hugged.
Okay, that's disgusting.
You
Doesn't
and you
Deadpool as
wanna
well? Wade Wilson does as well.
does he? I don't know
Yeah,
about that.
I've seen panels of chest bursting on him.
Honestly, Deadpool and Wolverine would be like the perfect. Honestly, I don't think the chest burster would be able to get out of Dead or Wolverine's chest.
No, it gets stuck on the adamantium.
Yeah,
What are you doing on Discord?
I'm sharing you something. So
Yeah, it's appearing on.
I'm showing AC a panel of the comic where
Oh,
Miles
that
gets
is
face
fucked up.
hugged, and you want
That
to
is
look.
that's
So
grim, dude.
they decide to flame him, but then the symbiote goes onto the facehugger. I'll just do that.
Venom.
And then like goes on his suit and like has like the sickest design ever. Like you see that shit? Like it's like the face. It's the face. It's
That
basically
looks pretty cool.
a black face hugger just like morphs into like his suit and it has like the Spider-Man logo on him. It's so fucking cool. I love it so much. It rocks so hard. It's such a cool design. It's so fucking cool.
No, that is sick.
Also, the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 trailer came out.
Yeah,
Have you seen
that
it?
looks pretty hype. Yeah, I've seen it. That looks pretty hype.
I got really excited when they showed Maria, because you know she's just gonna get fucking shot.
Yes.
And so many people are like hyped about it, which is like outside. Like if you don't know anything about like the Sonic mythos at all, you just see a lot of people like cheering when like a little girl gets shot in a Sonic movie. You'd probably think they're fucking psychos.
I mean, to be fair, if you go watch Revenge of the Sith, the moment it gets to the scene where Anakin kills a bunch of younglings,
Yeah, the younglings.
everybody starts fucking canning themselves every fucking time.
That's so stupid. Why are you cheering when that guy kills those kids? Fucking psycho. Oh, you don't understand. It's integral to the plot. It's cements his downfall.
It's such a fucking meme.
It's so dumb. Master Skywalker, what are we going to do?
Bruh.
Lightsaber turns on. uh, Also, I don't know if you've seen this. Do you have GameStops in Africa where you're at? I'm guessing not, right?
Chris?
AC?
What the hell?
Did AC
Chris,
quit?
you there? Have I been
AC?
disconnected? Have I been muted? Oh no.
Oh, damn it. What happened?
Scuff ensued.
Did my thing just fucking crash out on me?
I can't hear shit.
AC, you still there? Yeah, I'm just gonna pause the recording.
It's gone. The sound is gone. It's gone poof.
Alright. We're back.
May have to end.
Okay. Okay, let's speed through these.
Boom, boom.
So I asked you before we fucking got interrupted.
Yeah, Discord decided to shit itself.
Yeah. I had to close it like twice. But yeah, do you have GameStops over there where you're from?
No, we had BT Games, but they shut down. We have nothing yet anymore that sells like physical copies, except like I know one place that does, and it's like a nerd store that also sells like manga and stuff.
So the reason I ask is
And
because
our equivalent.
GameStop just introduced a retro shop that has retro games and consoles. So like if I look at it right now on the website, they have a Nintendo Wii U, 32 gigabytes, for $119.99. Let's see. They got a 2DS XL for $249. Xbox 360S for $99.
Hmm.
They have a copy of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube for $39. Animal Crossing for $44.
That's
All at okay prices. Like the Wii games that they have are like 30, like $13 depending on the game. Like Pikmin 2 is $55. Distance. Like
Mhm.
even like the old like Pokemon cartridge games that you normally see like at GameStops or like at other stores like $300. Like Pokemon Blue, it's like $44. Pokemon Yellow is like 44. Silver is 49.
that feels really expensive, but that's also because I have to deal with the added bonus of my currency being a sack of shit.
Yeah. Crazy. But let's not forget they still fucking laid off Game Informer people all of a sudden and completely like fuck them over. Yeah, no matter what they do, I'm never gonna forgive them for getting rid of my favorite magazines.
We just got our gamer magazine back, Nag. We just got it back.
Well, aren't you so lucky?
Physical copies, my boy, my lad. We get the fucking physical copies back.
Dude, I still have like a bunch of like my old Game Informer magazines. Like they're literally like behind me. They were so cool. There was one, their 200th issue. I think I still have actually. They did like a Doom comic where they had actually here it is. Issue 200. It had like a Doom the was it the pink demon Pinky, the one with the horns.
Yeah, pinkies.
Oh, is this? Yeah, it was just like the pinky in the bit on the front, and it in the back it had the top 200 games of all time.
Yeah, that does fit the Doom would be there.
Ah, it's so cool. I really wish that they didn't fucking screw over Game Informer so much.
Of course they would though.
Speaking of screwing people over, people who got Star Wars Outlaws at launch are forced to delete their save game due to an update
Why?
and start from the beginning. You didn't hear about this?
No, I heard about it. I just don't understand why they'd need to do that. That seems fucking stupid.
The reason they gave was if they continued to play on the save file past the update, you'd run into like quests not working properly and a bunch of glitches and bugs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So people that like paid like the extra for like the deluxe edition that played the game early have to start from the very beginning of the game now, which really sucks.
See, this is why my attitude was, I'm not going to do that. I learned my lesson with Jedi Survivor, where it was buggy as fuck on launch. I'm like, they're going to just do it again because they rushed this shit out. So why wouldn't they do it again?
It's fucking sucks. I'm pretty sure all the people that paid all that extra money to get it are like fucking angry as shit. Like imagine if you bought the deluxe edition for Jedi Survivor, you played it like 3 days early or 4 days early. You're probably like midway through the game, and they release like an update on launch day. Like, oh, sorry, you got to start from the very beginning. You got to fight all those boss fights. You know that boss fight that you took like 830 something 50 tries to beat. Now you gotta go all the way from the beginning again.
Bruh.
Nope.
I would
That would
have
suck
rioted.
so much.
Everyone should riot. It would.
Unfortunate.
They didn't do it with Jedi Survivor though. There were like some graphical updates that worked, but the rest of it, it was fine.
Very unfortunate. Well, that's it for the docket.
Yeah, I think next we're just gonna do the question, which I believe is from
Wildheart, yeah.
Wildheart.
And then we'll finish it off with an ad read.
Oh, we got an ad read. Ooh.
Ooh, yes, I know, right? So the question from Wildheart states, what's your 5 favorite animes?
My 5 favorite animes. Ha!
Yep.
Well, that one's it's mildly tricky, but I would say my start with Bleach is probably my all-time favorite anime, especially with the newer seasons that are coming out. I love it. Followed by One Punch Man. See, I haven't watched any of the anime for One Piece. I've read the manga. I haven't watched any of the anime at all. So I love One Piece, but it's not on the list at all.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 something fucking episodes.
Well, the question was about anime specifically, so I'm going to say the animes. Then it's Madoka Magica, which last night me and Lindy watched the like 3rd movie from it, and it left me going, what the fuck? Why? The fuck is going on? That's fucked up. What the fuck? Why? But that's just Madoka Magica in general. Like the whole series is basically like that. You watch it and you'll be like, cutesy anime girls. Why she lost her head? What the fuck? She just got fucking decapitated.
Isn't that the one with the little white rabbit with like red eyes that talks?
Yeah, no, Chris. That description
What?
does not narrow down which magical girl anime it is at all. It's the one that
it's
has
like the.
Yeah, describing the mascot doesn't help because there's about 4 that have a mascot that looks pretty much like what you described. However, I know you're talking about Cube, and he is a cunt, and he's actually just called an incubator terminal because it's an alien and it's not really magic and it's weird shit. But Madoka Magica, you should remember it more because it's every time they fight their enemies, the so-called witches. It's like you've just gone on a full-on fucking drug trip, and you're like, I have no idea what's going on, and this is insanely trippy. And now I have a headache. Yay!
So, was that 4 or 5? Or 3?
That was 4. So I've done 4. Now my 5th anime, my 5th favorite anime of all time, is called Desert Punk.
Desert Punk. What's that one about? Why is that one on there?
Okay, so it's my favorite because it's kind of my batshit insane what the fuck anime that's on there, because it's about a dude stuck in a world where water is super rare. They live in a desert, as evidenced by the name, and they wear like gas masks. But like the whole story is basically these people are just trying to survive, but they're all fucking stupid and they're all fighting over shit they really don't need to fight over at all.
Oh, and I looked it up, there's a waifu with huge tits, of course. AC likes it.
Yeah, there is a waifu with huge tits, except she is also the scummiest character in the entire anime and tries to kill the main character multiple times. But the main character is also, you know, a bit of a scoundrel who just sort of switches sides at whatever suits him best. It happens all the time. It's one of those anime where like shit just happens and then it happens again and then something different happens and you sit there like, what in the goddamn fuck did I just watch? What the fuck is all this?
Okay, so
and then
for mine, or are you done? Or are you?
Oh no, Lindy has arrived home and she had the question. She wants to share her knowledge because she actually has way more interesting anime takes than I do. I have like Desert Punk as my weird one, and the other 4 are kind of normal.
All right, what are her 5 top anime? Then?
List yours first. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
That's yours.
So in no particular order, Mob Psycho 100,
Good choice. Good
One
choice.
Punch Man,
Okay.
Dragon Ball's Dragon Ball Z.
Which version? Dragon Ball Z Kai or Dragon Ball Z the original?
I like Kai.
Because
Kai's
Kai,
cool.
because Kai is basically it's just the non-filler version of Dragon Ball Z. It's where they cut out all the stuff, all the like weird fluff. They fixed the pacing. So you know the issue that One Piece is famous for having like bad pacing.
Yeah.
That's what Dragon Ball had the same issue. That's why there's like a meme online of like the transformations for like, say there was an episode that was just Cell screaming for like 2 episodes. Or like the planet almost or Namek almost exploding, and they like say it's 5 minutes and it takes like 4 episodes. It's like weird padding. But if you go watch Kai, the same thing takes like a single episode. You know what I mean?
Okay, so can I just lump all the Dragon Balls in with each other?
I mean, you can, because it's all the same story. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
So you can just be like Dragon Ball in general and be like, okay, cool.
Alright, so One Punch Man, Mob Psycho, Dragon Ball, Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood?
You prefer Brotherhood over the original?
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
And, I think Pokemon would be up there.
Did you have a specific season? So like area where you liked it? Because remember that each time he went to like a new area, it would change companions.
Yeah.
And like the later seasons even changed like the animation style and stuff. So I'm like, with Pokemon, I'd say you have to be a bit more specific because it did change quite a lot, especially towards the end, where like the animation style changed, the way they wrote Ash and all the characters around him changed. Like, so they changed it up a bit, especially at the end.
I think like the ones with Ash, Misty, and Brock.
Oh, so like the original run.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Everyone.
I also like May too. The one with May. May was cool.
I think May was the one who replaced Misty.
I think that one was the one I watched a lot, and Dawn too.
I'm surprised you didn't put any Studio Ghibli films in there.
Well, I'm not a big Studio Ghibli head.
That's a bit sad because they got some amazing films.
All right, what's Lindy's?
So Lindy's are Heidi of the Alps, which is a Studio Ghibli film before Studio Ghibli. Like it's old enough that's slightly before Studio Ghibli was known for what it was. But like if you go watch, you'd be like, that's straight up Studio Ghibli. Then Ranking of Kings, or Osama Ranking. It's 2 titles for the same thing, which is like a deaf and dumb kid who's like a tiny little kid who's super fast at dodging stuff. If you watch it, it's really good. I advise it. I really, really advise it. Then Shingeki no Kyojin, or Attack on Titan, of course. Lindy loves Attack on Titan. It is good. I just never really got far into it. Yeah, it's a very political kind of show, so she loves it. Then Blue Exorcist. To be fair, she's more of a fan of the manga than the anime, because the anime, from what I've heard, is one of those weird animes where they kind of did the first arc and then like finished the whole series. They did like a weird wrap-up season, and it was, you're like, what? They just ended the story. But it's also because it was a manga that like took longer for each chapter to come out than normal. It was kind of like, I think it was a once a month, so more like American comics, and less like once a week, like Naruto or One Piece or Bleach were back in the day. And then the last one, I don't actually even know this last one. It's called Princess Tutu. I've never heard of this one. This is completely new to me.
That was one of the animes that popped up when I Google searched top 5 animes.
Huh.
It's like one of the ones that popped up.
I'm gonna have to look it up then, because that sounds really cool.
Its story follows a duck who was transformed into the mythical ballerina Princess Tutu in order to save the shattered heart of a storybook prince come to life.
A duck? What? The main character is a duck. The main character is a fucking duck, dude. That's so funny. I want to watch it based entirely off the premise that the main character's a fucking duck. I love ducks. Ducks are adorable. But like, it's a duck. It's just a straight up duck. I love it. Okay, so those are top 5 anime. But the list for me does change if you include manga, which is odd. But I also have a question for you, Chris. This is just my kind of topic related thing. Did you watch Naruto as a kid?
Yeah, I was debating on having that be on one of my top 5 too.
What replaced it in your head, like when you were putting it on? Because I also contemplated, but I'm like, I connected better with Bleach than I did with Naruto. Like, I love Naruto, don't get me wrong. I even did like a TikTok thing on like, I went and bought a can of overpriced fucking, basically flavored soda water. Based entirely because it had Itachi on it, and Itachi's like my favorite character in Naruto, and I got it. I was just like, that's cool. I wanted it.
It would maybe switch with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
So those are the two that were like in your head. You were like, it was one of those two, and you chose Brotherhood instead.
Yeah, because I grew up on Naruto and Pokemon.
Yeah.
I like every day when I come home from school, I'd always watch Naruto.
I had basically that too, except yeah. Yeah, when I was a kid, my mom got a hard drive with like the entire original, so not Shippuden, but it was like all of Naruto, including like all the fillers and shit. I would like go to school, then come home and just watch Naruto, and I watched all of it, and it was great. My list kind of had what did I say? Again, there was one that I was contemplating. There were 2 options for it, and I can't remember what was the last one I said. Sorry, my brain is just vacated on what the 5 fucking anime I said were. Because it was Bleach. Oh yeah, Desert Punk.
One Punch Man.
So it was Bleach, One Punch Man, Desert Punk. What were the other 2? Where's my brain done this to me? The other 2 were important. What the fuck were they? Oh, Madoka Magica and...
Oh yeah.
Did I only list 4 and then miss out the 5th? Desert Punk, Bleach, Desert Punk, Madoka Magica. Why am I One Punch Man?
I'm blanking too. Okay.
What the fuck? We should just go back in the VOD. I mean, what the fuck? My brain has just... What the fuck?
Okay,
I instantly forgotten what the 5 are.
What would your 5th one be then, if you can't remember?
If I can't remember the 5th one. Let me think for a second here, because I've been watching a few new ones that I'm like, because Naruto it's very high up there in my estimation. It's like my childhood. I fucking loved that. I like learned how to do the fucking hand signs for Naruto.
Oh god,
like, that's how much I liked it. I didn't do it as like. I wouldn't do it. You know those kids who would like try and fight bullies and then like do the hand signs.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of those kids. I just thought it was cool when I was watching it, so I like learned how to do it as like also kind of a finger exercise thing, because it's good for fidgeting with like if you're ADHD, just to like get your hands doing something. So it's like hand dancing if you figure out how they all work. So it was kind of fun to just do and try and figure out the sequences as like a brain exercise, just to get yourself doing something interesting. But like I had another one which was called, it was a weird like older anime called Dual Parallel, which was like it was a mecha anime about a kid who could see into another universe, and he would see these mechs fighting, right? And then there was like a professor that was the father of like a girl he just kind of knew, but she was like the big popular girl, and she like took this kid, and this professor like straps him into a machine, and it's like, oh no, it's fine, we're just checking your brainwaves. So they straight up just send him to this alternate dimension by accident, and he almost instantly gets killed by a Gundam, not a Gundam-sized robot, like a Evangelion-style robot. And it's just one of the most chaotic animes I've ever watched, and I love it so much.
One of the animes that would be, if I had to make like maybe a top 10, or like Parasite, the maximum would definitely be up there.
Yeah, and the other one that I had was Full Metal Panic, which has 4 seasons. They've never actually finished the fucking story because I've read the manga and the story is so cool, especially at the ending. But the last series that came out, they called The Invisible Victory, and it's fucked up, dude. Like, if you go watch this anime, the like story has like, it's a mecha anime romance, right? But it's like, it's subtle, and the romance like builds and builds and builds until like the end of it, you're just like, what the fuck? Could you two just the one scene in the like latest anime thing that I'm aware of, they might have done the next season after it, because there should be 3 more arcs after the last season from what I remember from the manga. There should be 3 more arcs. And the way the last one ends is basically like, this guy is fully in love with this girl, and she doesn't reject him so much as get possessed by the like intelligence thing that she had that made her special, and that was why this like spec ops soldier had to go. Okay, wait. Let me pitch Full Metal Panic, right? So Full Metal Panic is about a 16-year-old spec ops operator, right? Who his main specialty is he's a mech pilot. But the reason he is genuinely 16 years old, and he's of like, I think his mom was like Japanese, but he never met her because he grew up basically in Afghanistan as part of like a military. He was a child soldier. So this kid's also a little bit fucked up and does not understand how he doesn't get how like normal relationships work, because everything he does is filtered through this like military filter, because he got really indoctrinated into being a soldier. Then he got like, to get out of that, he got just like military trained, and then so when he like falls in love and he's doing this thing where he's supposed to be undercover acting like a normal teenager, he's just like this weirdo who has a bizarre amount of guns on him at all times. If you look it up, there is like a meme thing of him just unloading an ungodly amounts of weaponry from fuck knows where, to the point of like, he's wearing a normal school uniform, can't see anything under it before this like unloading happens. At the end of it, he's unloaded a fucking grenade launcher, and everyone around him's like, where the fuck did you get that? It's one of my favorite things ever. It's just so dumb. Anyway, that's got to be up there as well, because it's either Dual Parallel or Full Metal Panic. It's just one of those things that I discovered on this hard drive full of anime that included Naruto, and I ended up watching like all of it, and it triggered my love of just anime in general. And it also got me just watching. Fuck! I just thought of another one that could be on that list, which is Fully Cooley.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that.
And Negima. Although Negima is more one of my favorite manga of all time, not one of my favorite anime, because the anime is another anime like Blue Exorcist that I listed earlier, where it just kind of ended itself, but like the ending has nothing to do with like the manga ending or any of the cool stuff that happens in the anime. It's just like, fuck, in the manga, it just doesn't do any of that. It just skips to like its own arbitrary ending. Which, to be fair, when I first watched it, I was like, oh, that's cool. Oh, there's a manga. Let me go read that. And then the manga kept going past where that one just like ended, and the actual ending was so much better. But it also did then generate UQ Holder, which was like a parallel timeline version of like where the ending of Negima branched into like, the ending of Negima was like the good ending, and then UQ Holder was, what if the bad ending happened?
Oh, okay. Enough anime talk. We gotta end.
Oh yeah, you gotta go do Sly Cooper, and I was having too much. Okay, you know what, Chris?
Okay, with the very special ad read. Okay.
Let's do this.
A very special ad read. Okay. Brought to you by the Domus Fatty Mill, your destination to gamble among the roses and get impaled upon their thorns. If you want to try your luck, check out Bayo the Alea on Twitch, a beautiful VTuber with so much talent. I can't even express it through this ad read. It's going to be linked below. Thank you very much, Bayo, for sponsoring this section of the podcast, but not an actual sponsor, just like a fun fake little sponsor thing.
He did make a very special request for this, and we thank him for that. Well, which
I managed to talk them into giving each of us 500 Domusfati Mill chips each. So
we're gonna have to gamble them away, my dear friend.
Yes.
Which is gonna be mostly playing dumb games, like golf.
Indeed. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode of the 288 Gamers podcast. We will see you guys next week for more hilarity.
Yes, next week we will be talking about dumb anime. So, if you guys have any anime you want us to watch during the week, if you listen to this and you hear it, tell us as soon as you can, because we will try and watch some of the anime and discuss it in next week's episode. Because the reason I bring this up and why we might start is because I have an idea for something we can talk about next week. And
oh boy.
And even better than that, I have a game in mind that's going to end next week's episode in one of us having to do homework to watch a series. Now,
oh god.
The game is going to be bad. It's going to be dumb, but you're going to see where it goes.
Okay. Well, see you guys next time. Make sure to follow us on our social medias, all that stuff. The TIG Pod, AC Skywalker 97, Chris the Wiz.
Chris the Wiz everywhere. Chris the Wiz,
yes.
He's going to whiz through all of the games.
Don't talk about Wiz. I got to go use the restroom real bad.
Come on, don't go burping on me now.
I'm not. But yeah, go ahead and end it off, AC.
Okay,
hurry.
Let's go. Chris got to run. Johnny.
Bye.